quite excited.
Yeah, so
First of all, I'll just talk to you about what it is I'm talking about on the show, and then we can do the recording. It should be about 10 minutes.
all right.
And on the show, for the past year I've been doing it, I keep talking about all these world problems, you know,
Yeah.
the environment,
Yeah.
the use of human life in
Yeah.
terrible ways, like children being kidnapped and sold and their organs
Abused.
taken, murdered, the destruction of forests, the ozone layer, the poisoning of our food with pesticides so that multinationals can have larger profits. And I've been trying to start looking at solutions because I realize I'm getting very blocked feeling from focusing on all this negativity, and there has to be a way out.
Yes. We can't give this to our progeny.
No.
We should try to solve it ourselves.
Yes.
And we can do it. It's not difficult. Basically, all these problems are created by human beings, not by...
Maybe I should just start recording.
Basically, all these problems that refer to are created by human beings and not by the divine. Every religion has one essence, common, very much in common. It says that you must seek the eternal, and the transitory should be used in its own limitations. But somehow or other we have lost that essence, and we are just living with something that is dead. As a result of that, we have not tried to seek the eternal. The eternal is the spirit within us, and the spirit is the one which gives us enlightenment. When it comes in our attention, it gives us balance, and also it gives us wisdom. Without the guidance of spirit, we go into imbalances. We can go to extremes. Like once you started producing something transitory. It is transitory because built in within it is the power to destroy. So when you start putting all your attention to transitory things, ultimately you have to go to the destruction. So what happens that supposing now you had science. Science was used for transitory things. As a result today, science has gone up to a point where we have now big levels of atomic energies and atomic.
Tell me about atomic energy. That's one of my areas of investigation.
Now, this atomic energy, if a realized soul was to use it, he would use it in balance, in the sense that all these things are for us, we are not for them. Machinery is for us, we are not for machinery. So there should be a balance. It should be done up to a point. But if you go on using it as if that's the end of everything, then all these problems arise. So whatever one does has lost the bearing, as you can call it, and has gone absolutely into a frenzy. Anything. For example, we think of nature, as you said, about the trees. When we start producing too many transitory things, saying poor countries, we have one blessing, that we don't have too many things. We don't use plastic, we can't afford. So we use brass, We have in a family about 6 plates of brass, which we use, and we don't need more. So we don't have the dumping of plastics anywhere. Then we don't use so much paper, because it's better to clean everything yourself with water and finished with it. But the amount of things now we ask for, the variety of things we have produced, there's no need. For example, first time when we came to London for entertainment, that time, my husband said, of course we don't drink, both of us, but he said that we have to offer drinks. You won't believe we had to study a dictionary for it. Not only to buy the drinks, but also to buy the tumblers and the different tumblers we want to have and different things. I mean, one should be sufficient even for drinking. But the way we started making varieties and choices, it's just essentially is the money orientation behind it. The entrepreneurs, you see, they will create a fashion today of this, then tomorrow they have to run their machines. So they will create another fashion, then the third fashion, and every time the fashion world is going on, people are slaves. Today, if there's a fashion declared, say in Paris, everybody must follow, otherwise you're out of date. I mean, people will laugh at you. There's nothing like traditional dress, I'm telling you. What they have is today's fashion, then tomorrow's fashion. So pile of clothes produced. From where do they come? From nature.
And we keep seeing byproducts, toxins in the water, toxins in the food chain.
So, you see, we have lost the balance of understanding.
How do we go towards balance?
So that's why I say you seek the eternal. And when you seek the eternal, your spirit, which is in your heart, enlightens your attention, enlightens your intelligence, and you become wise. And then you understand that you are a collective being. You are not alone. And you just can't go on doing something arbitrarily without any consideration or relationship to others. And when such an attitude develops, automatically everything comes into balance. And that is how we have lost our moorings, as I say.
In the West, quite a few people are beginning to understand this, and they're beginning to become much more humble in their expectations and their desires, but the mass still wants to accumulate more and more and more. They have to have their own individual cars and their luxury. How can they be moved?
You need good leaders. You see, we had only one Abraham Lincoln to create democracy. You need powerful, honest, sincere, conscientious, and righteous leaders who can just create an image and people follow that.
Our leaders right now seem to be very far from righteousness. In fact, in the United States, the finger keeps pointing over the Iran-Contra affair that the present president probably knew something about arms and drug trading to finance right-wing organizations which are murdering people in South America and the rest of the world.
This happens because of money orientation. They are also blind about it, that money orientation will never bring benevolence to people. They are blind, but God willing, they will also have this light, and they will also see that is important. Otherwise, in the regime of any person, think of people who have ruled America or who are presidents, who stands out? If they have to have a name in the history, they have to think about it. If it can be realized and if they could become aware, what is going to be our image in the history? What history is going to say about us? Things will change.
Right now, there seems to be a desperate need in a lot of countries for revolution. the majority of people, for instance, where you'll be going to South America, are living in fear and misery, and the only solution they seem to have available to them right now is a bloody revolution. And I think that a bloody revolution only results in more blood and more oppression. What kind of a revolution can we make? I know you worked with Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah.
No doubt you have some good ideas from that.
You see, we also Indians fought, but with non-violence, and got our independence. But still, I must say that we have to get our spiritual awakening. Now, the idea of democracy has crawled into the heads of many people. But they don't see the other side of democracy. They think if we become democratic, everything is over. At the most, they might get the same situation as America has. But also the problems with it will go. So democracy without a balance has no meaning. I would say I am a great capitalist because if I have powers, I am the greatest capitalist. But I am the greatest communist also because I can't help without sharing it with others. So is the first the awareness that we are part and parcel of the whole makes you sharing, and that we can have our own powers makes you the capitalist. Because what are we sharing also these stones and these ashes and plastics? What is to be shared is the joy of personality. That is the thing one has to seek and ask for. If these things happen, the whole world will change, I am sure. I think everybody is now seeing in the mirror, and God willing, things will work out.
I hope they do. I would like to ask you another question about the drug problem, which is quite a plague in North and South America. South America is the producing countries, and North America is the consuming countries, and it's leading to a lot of murder and destruction in all aspects of its trade, its merchandising, from production right through to consumption, and the middle people who are making multi-billions every year in dollars. What can we do about that?
Again, the same principle is that when you become money-oriented, see, first you think of in the history how the Spanish came over. Thank God they didn't come to India. Otherwise, I would not have been here. They killed all the people and they destroyed everyone, and they wanted to have their own kingdom, and now they are Americans there. Then they came, English came, and all of them. And if you will be surprised, when I went to Argentina and I went to Chile, I couldn't find one person who was the Red Indian. They had to take me to the museum to see that, both the places. But in Colombia, they disappeared into the heights, and there they discovered this. So sort of it's a very subtle revenge, I feel, is going on. Because when I went to America once and then to Colombia, the people in Colombia said that these people are buying from us wheat at a very low price. Even in Canada, they were buying all your ores and everything at a low price, making cars there, selling them here very expensively. It's all money orientation. Mm-hmm. As a result, now they are not selling wheat, but they are selling cocaine. So it's a vicious circle. It has started long time back. It's going on and on and on. But to get rid of the drugs, the best way for Americans would be to take to SahajaYoga. We have had so many people coming from drugs, drug addicts, absolutely drug addicts, and alcoholics. Once they came to SahajaYoga, they gave up.
How do you describe SahajaYoga?
SahajaYoga, Saha means with, Ja means born. Born with you is the right to be united to the divine power, which is the vital force which will completely change and transform the whole world.
The white light force, did you say?
Vitally.
The white?
Vital.
VITL.
Oh, vital
Vital
force.
force.
Mm-hmm.
And which will transform the whole world. I said it vital because it gives life. It gives life to flowers, it gives life to all the trees, it gives life to everything. And with that, then the whole thing will work out on a divine level. And we'll have beautiful times.
Thank you.
God
I think that covered quite a bit.
About the children you asked me, I would like to say something about the children, very
the
important.
children who are being murdered. I'll ask you the question.
Yeah.
We've been getting reports of children who are being kidnapped and murdered for their organs. What do you know about this kind of practice? What should we do?
This is also again coming from going to the extremes of things that now they have become like devils and they can't stand innocence. They can't bear innocence. If they see anybody innocent, they want to attack because they think we have lost innocence, so why should anyone have innocence? That's why they do all these things. Moreover, they're so frantic, so frustrated. They have no patience for children. You have to have patience for children. They have no love. Sometimes people ask me, there is such a population problem in India. I said the children don't want to be born anywhere else. Because Indians love their children. Even if they'll have 12 children, they'll love all of them and they'll do anything for them. So when our attention is more on money, on our possessions, then we think, oh, we have to share this with our children. And then you feel frustrated. So it's a attention of a person who has no attention on love. And love is the most joy-giving thing. So this has to change, but how can you change it? You have to become the spirit, because spirit is the source of joy, is the source of divine love, is the source of peace and bliss. Above all, when the spirit shines in your attention, it acts. If I pay attention to someone, it acts. It helps that person. So the whole machine has gone out of tune. You have to just tune it, that's all.
How can we get through to the people who are benefiting materially in this world? It's very easy when you're poor and humble to understand there are terrible problems that must be solved, but when you're very rich and protected from the results of your actions, how can you be affected? How can we get through to them so that there doesn't have to be bloodshed?
Money is also a curing thing. Those who have money are the most disturbed people. I get so many of them who come for peace. They can't sleep in the night. They have problems with their children. They are always afraid that they'll be killed. They are not in peace. They are not enjoying themselves. Just their ego tells them we have money, that's all. But they are frightened people. So money also repels on them. It's not that money gives them real sort of a authority or a real feeling of ruling the whole world. It does not. On the contrary, they are the most frightened people.
Unfortunately, in their fear, they keep producing the products which keep polluting the world. And they still don't seem to see what's happening. And it's the poor who suffer internationally. In North America, the native populations are really suffering as a result of the uranium trade, for instance. They mine uranium for nuclear power, and it creates a toxic product which remains for over 50,000 years, and it remains very poisonous for the entire area for that length of time, all the food, all the plants.
But it reacts. I tell you how. I'll give you an example. Switzerland is the country, you see. Switzerland is very money oriented, as you know, by hook or crook. They must have money. And they started producing chemicals. Because you see, they're such a small country, that they cannot produce anything else. So they started producing chemicals. When they started producing chemicals, this acid rain spread over and all their trees started dying out. When the trees started dying out, the ice melted, and the ice which melted down came to the rivers, and the rivers were flooded, and all the waste also went to other countries, and now they have filed suits against them. How it reacts is very wonderful, you see. It reacts. They all know. They all know. And money is such a shaky thing. Today they have money, tomorrow they won't have. So there's a lot of things happening. Many people are getting exposed. This is the era of great exposure also. And I'm sure very soon people are going to realize. But just sharing money with anybody is not the solution. Because with whom to share? But how that you produce money just to do something for the benevolence of the people. It's not that you become ascetics, that's not necessary. It's not necessary that you give up art and artists, no. But what is necessary is to understand that we are part and parcel of the whole. And we do not possess anything. We don't possess anything. The whole material products, all of them are for giving to others. That's all. They are not for possession. You cannot possess it. Today I possess something, I'll have to give it to my children or I'll have to give it to you. But the best thing is that you use it for giving love. So one should not stop any activity, but there should be a balance. And not to go into any activity to the extremes. It should be mobile. Then one understands how far to go, how far not to go. Say shipping industry. People were booming. They had such profits once upon a time. They were shipping magnates, this, that. Then it went down, 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 absolutely to the bottom. All industries are like that. So they repel. But nowadays it's going to be even worse. So they have to be careful.
Do you foresee a planetary healing coming up soon?
Of course. I do see that. It's going to come from all sides. For every one of us. For every one of us. Like the bloodshed, you said that they'll have lots of these bloody wars and all that. They will realize that's not going to help them. And for the rich, they will realize that it's not going to help them to be just rich and exploit the poor. That it will definitely come round, because you see the empires are falling down.
Even the grandchildren of the rich are threatened right now.
They themselves are refusing, see. They are themselves are awakening.
I hope that's true. That's an
Yes, it is
optimistic
going to
thought.
work. I'm sure it's going to work out. It's going to work out. We have reached now a time when everybody is aware. Some people say it out, some people don't say it, but everyone is aware. Because I have two lives, as you know, my husband is something else and I am something else. So in that life I see all these people.
Yes, I guess you would be traveling in very high circles.
Very so-called. I don't know. But I find that most of them are psychological cases. And they don't know what to do. They're mad, I see all the time, stock exchange, this, that, they're talking. They're mad people. Most of them are crazy. As so many poor are crazy, they are also crazy. Equally the same, not much of a difference.
Their craziness, unfortunately, has power to make other people suffer.
Up to a point. Up to a point. Up to a point. I think they suffer more. Much more. And it will happen one day, you will see that they will come round. They have to. They can't help it. Do you know, in American elite society, what they talk about?
No.
Cocaine.
What?
Cocaine.
Cocaine, that's it? It's even taken over them.
Very much by them. Who else? Poor can't afford it.
Oh, but the poor can. They're using it in the form of crack and they're
That's
selling their
different.
bodies.
That's all right. But these people whom you are mentioning are busy the same way. Because they have much more money, they go down much more than the poor.
Mm-hmm.
The power that they have is also self-destructive. Money is a very destructive thing.
There's more freedom in poverty?
I feel now after seeing India, I think there is some blessing hidden in poverty also.
Mm-hmm. Someone told me, a Tibetan Lama who was here, who lives in India, that North America is so materially rich, but we're so impoverished spiritually.
That's very true. Very much so. And unless and until you have spiritual power or spiritual satisfaction, wants are not satiable. You can never be a happy person. We have so many blessings of our poverty, I think, in India. Lots of blessings we have. One of them is we don't use plastics. We don't have tinned fruit. We use fresh everything. And our demands are limited. We don't have choices. Like if you go in an American bathroom, you better find out how you enter and how you come out. Otherwise, God knows where you land up. Every bathroom has to be different. Every lock of your car has to be different. It's very funny. What's the sense? I don't understand. Even the tiles should be different. Everything should be different. Of course, variety creates beauty, but not for bathrooms and things like that. So all their mind is on these choices. If you ask some Frenchmen to sit down for dinner, they'll take 45 minutes to discuss what they will eat. You don't have this problem in India. Everybody eats the same. Whatever is given, they eat, they don't complain, and they have very good manners. Lots of good manners. So I think poverty teaches you lots of things. That is, we must have good manners, and we have a society, so we have to look after each other. We are not to say things which are not to be said. So many beautiful things. I think people, when they go to India, they feel very much relaxed and happy, because the people are very loving and affectionate and they want to do so much for you. You go to any village, they'll be very happy, they'll look after you, they'll feed you. Whatever they have, they'll give you. While in America, nobody will even look at you. And if you have a personal snatch, no, but in India, on the whole, people are very honest. They won't snatch your purse. That's not. We have thieves, that's different. There's a category. But we don't have people who just go on snatching your necklaces and things like in America. Everybody's worried about, especially in New York, you cannot stop your car anywhere. They're experts.
When I grew up in Nova Scotia, we didn't even bother to lock our doors, and there's still a lot of that left, but not in Toronto.
But not in Toronto either.
No, Toronto now, when I first came here 20 years ago, we left our doors unlocked and we didn't notice crime and there wasn't an element of fear, but we've lost that quality and now people lock their doors and there's more poverty and there's more wealth.
But this wealth is in the bank. They don't have anything on themselves. They can't wear an ornament or any artistic piece or nothing. It's all in the bank.
It's not real.
It's not real. When you cannot enjoy, what's the use, you see? So for example, in India, you are supposed to wear certain ornaments. Every housewife has to wear, because they say it's her power that she has to wear certain ornaments. But I find in America, all the Indian women are without any ornaments, without anything moving about. In India, people say, are you a widow that you don't wear any ornaments? So it's regarded as something very inauspicious to see a married lady without any ornaments, as if her husband is not looking after her or she doesn't come from a good family, or it's very inauspicious. But here you find all of them walking about without any ornaments. So I said, what's this? Even sometimes we are supposed to wear here in the nose. So they said they can even pluck out, you see, they won't mind even taking out your ear tops and doing things like that. I mean, in India, nobody will touch a married lady. Though they are poor, but they won't do such a thing. I mean, it's inauspicious. But there's no sense of inauspiciousness. Lost. No sense of serenity.
Yes. I know a man who knew a woman who had a large diamond, and she wore it out one night to a ball, and she was told by the manager of the hotel where they were that she should really put it in the safe because her life was worth less on the street than was the diamond.
Just, in India, nobody will touch, you see. Nobody will touch. And supposing we have something of our family or something, we are supposed to keep it. And nobody will touch it. I mean, it's something auspicious that a housewife should wear her according to her life. I mean, the status in life. She should be. I mean, a queen should not go like an ascetic on the street. You see, that's the idea. So nobody troubles you. In India, everybody, if you come to India, you will see everyone wears whatever they are supposed to wear. I mean, here now you have become sort of thief-oriented. Everything is according to the thieves, what they will take, what they will not take. You can't even leave your car anywhere because they'll open out your ticket, they will do. It's too much. So criminal and such a fright. Such a fright. Even that Central Garden we went.
Central Park.
Central Park. They were saying it's an open park and there are murders, things. But so many murders taking place, nobody takes note of it. The police is tired now.
Yes.
So what is the democracy? Does it mean criminality all over? Mafia, this, that, all illegal things going on. So what's the use of such a democracy?
I personally don't feel that there is a true democracy in the world at the moment.
It is very true. It is not. I told you that democracy without any balance has no meaning.
Someone I know, a political scientist, said that national governments are now in the business of handling populations for the multinationals.
Very true. They do it. They can see it, you see. All these people can see it so clearly, said exactly what I feel about it. But these multi-millionaires and all these people, if you see them, they themselves are really hounded all the time and haunted. They are in a mess.
So we should be wishing them love and peace.
Yes, that's what, and wisdom.
And wisdom, especially wisdom, I guess, and
they
love.
should stop producing so much. They should stop. They should produce as much as necessary and should not take too much profit out of it.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us, Srimataji.
May God bless you. May God bless this
you.
country, Canada, and also especially Toronto.
Thank you. Good.
You're saying you interviewed some native Indians who predicted these times.
Yes.
What did they say about it?
I don't know what the predictions are, but there's a big meeting happening in Capel, Saskatchewan on July 19th. And this is a meeting that's been predicted for centuries. The native people of this continent have been predicting these times.
Where?
This is a place called Capel, Saskatchewan. It's near Regina in Canada.
Central
Yeah.
Canada. Central Canada, just north of the American border.
That's where
Saskatchewan.
where Lisa is from.
Ah.
Vernals, who comes from, they are having on July 19th a worldwide meeting?
An international gathering of native leaders and anybody else that comes. They want to have a spiritual gathering and they want it to spark the healing process.
Did you attend?
July 19th, wherever.
I've got it written down in my notes.
Germany.
But Laurie is here. She and Warren could attend. Actually, even the, you should tell her, even the Indian scriptures have predicted these times and the solution to these times also.
The solution?
Yeah, there's a book called Nadi Granth
Use me again.
about the modern times.
No.
You're talking about the chaos and confusion, or
The chaos and
Or-
confusion and the close to destruction of the planet.
They don't say how it's saved. They don't say that.
No, no, no. It will never be destroyed. That's not true. You see, the one who has created us is a very great thing, is a great force. It will never allow it to be destroyed.
Okay. Oh, I got the wrong date. It's the gathering of the elders. It's July 25th to 29th in Capel, Saskatchewan. And they recommend, it's spelled Quappelle, I think. They recommend that you call the Fort Capel District Chief's Office.
They have been tortured and troubled and all that, and one has to stand up for that. It helps a lot. But if there's something wrong with a part of your body, it has to be cured, no doubt. But it cannot hit the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a kind of a limited vision of betterment. In India, I would say that women are very conscious of their powers. So they are not bothered about sharing financial powers of men much. And a wife is always very important. A mother is, of course, very important. And men do not take decisions without consulting their wives or their mothers. So to them it's very important because they think they are very intuitive and they know what is right. So if they are in difficulties about decisions, they do. I must give you one good news that my husband's successor is now a Canadian.
Oh, who?
His name is Mr. O'Neill.
O'Neill.
O'Neill. He must be with the Marine Department or something, must be some higher, because it's a Secretary General of International Maritime Organization. Just before coming, he got elected, and my husband was very much in support of him. They're great friends. And he has, I think, a Jamaican wife or something. He's a very open-minded gentleman, very wonderful person.
What does the Marine Organization do?
International Maritime Organization.
Maritime Organization.
It does all the laws for the maritime activities and also ecological things it sees in the marine. Lots of things.
Right now we're becoming aware that the giant factory ships are basically raping the ocean.
So many. Not only that, but so many ships are themselves are carrying oil and things, and especially when the shipping was in a bad shape, they just sunk many ships, especially Greeks, sunk their ships so that they could claim the money, insurance and all. So all oil everywhere, and most of these pollutions have come from ships.
And now they're sinking atomic ships, nuclear submarines.
Just think of that.
Yes.
They create all these problems.
Now these problems, the radiation problems, to me are among the most frightening because radiation isn't something that dissipates quickly. It's thousands and thousands of years.
They don't think that they are not eternal beings. They think that nothing will happen to them, whatever they do.
The military.
That's another brainwashed area. They are not supposed to think. Whatever is ordered, they do it.
Yes. I was in China recently.
Just look at China. Terrible.
That's so sad. It remains that way.
But nobody dies, they'll be born again. But they should be born in a free country. I mean, in India, many more were killed, many more. But this freedom fight, so many sacrificed their lives.
You were tortured, I hear.
Who told you that?
On one of your tapes.
Really?
I think it was on one of your tapes, or maybe it was in your literature.
In the press kit, and
The press
the
kit.
interview from one of the
Who?
interviews done in 1983 were used in the press kitchen.
God, I don't know. I must have said it offhand. But it's all right, that matter. I was very young, I was about 17 years of age. It's all right, doesn't matter. But I mean, people had to sacrifice a lot. My father, mother, both of them were in jail. We were so many children. And we were quite well-to-do people. Our houses were sold, cars were sold, and we had to live in the open quite a lot. They did all sorts of things. But then my father was member of the Central Assembly, Constituent Assembly, Parliament. My brother was also minister and all that. But those days are there. And now I find more sacrifices needed, because India has not done full justice to what the people sacrificed for this independence. People don't know what they have done. Democracy must go hand in hand with money. If it is singularly that so-called democracy, then money means all this problem. Corruption, everything comes. And communism goes hand in hand with power. There's no money. Now Gorbachev thinks that democracy is all something special. I think he's sadly mistaken there. Because Russia was a very peaceful country. You could walk about with anything. Nothing could be lost. You know, that way. Very peaceful. And nobody was poor. Nobody was poor. Of course, I mean, nobody was rich either. See. But they didn't have all this money, business and all that. So Gorbachev must have thought that we must go ahead with it. But here, the money problem starts there. The power problem on one side and money problem on another side. But the only way to put it right is to come into balance and understand that money is so superficial.
Yes.
It's all for human beings. Everything is for human beings. If it is not good for human beings, it's useless.
Are you free this evening?
After my show, what time does the Central Tech?
7:30, I think.
It's 7 o'clock. So time to
It
start.
goes on
We
till
have
much later, till about 11 or so,
Oh,
I would
good.
presume. But otherwise, if you want it, you can have it right now if you just stick out your two hands
Oh.
like this.
Like this?
Yes.
Put it on your lap and get tired
Just
of
be
it.
comfortable. She works very hard. But it's good. Feeling any cool breeze in the hand.
Yes.
That's it, you got it already.
Oh, thank you.
And on top of her head, just see. Got it. Are you feeling relaxed? Now watch
You
me
continue
without
to
it.
feel it.
Can do it.
Yes.
You'll find no
You have
thoughts
touched it.
coming. If you just look at her
Touched it.
forehead, you'll just find no thoughts.
This is the power, what we call is the all-pervading power. And this is the one which acts.
You can feel it over your own head if you put your
You can.
left hand,
On top of your own
one
head.
hand here, one hand, you can raise it.
slowly.
Yes.
Doesn't that defy gravity? There's something rising out of your head.
I was with a Tibetan Lama also, the Bindu.
They are not. They are another, Tibetan Lamas are also hypocritical. Actually, I am very disappointed with them. Because when I went to China, they showed me what they had. They were lynching all the Tibetans. And they had golden tumblers to drink beer. And gold plates to eat their food. And they were carrying all this when this Dalai Lama came in. But they couldn't because Chinese were following them. So half of it was lost in a river. So these people fished it out, the Peking people. And I saw all that. And it's all written in Pali, so I know it's theirs. So that's what they are.
Yes, there's a bit of a scandal going on right now
What there?
in North America.
I'm very happy that they're
Chogyam
exposed.
Trungpa's followers.
They're just out to take money from you, saying that they're very poor, nothing of the kind.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a liability on us, These people nicely walked into our country. And we are spending such a lot of money. And because of them also the China and our relationships get spoiled. Now we being a so-called religious country, we give them shelter. But now there was question also in the parliament that why should we spend so much money on this particular gentleman, Mr. Lama? And also when Pope came, we spent such a lot of money. We can't afford it. But we had to do it. Something we don't deserve, but it was such a big quarrel over that. And also about this Lama. Because for us, he is not anything spiritual.
Mm-hmm. The Dalai Lama.
You can count all his wrinkles on his face. And he's younger to me in age.
Mm-hmm. Really?
I'm 67th year now running. So how can he be spiritual?
Does being spiritual keep you young?
Yes, of course, because
Yes.
all the time the energy is flowing.
Mm-hmm.
As it is, we shed down 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's very energy giving.
Yes. Well, thank you. I'm
No,
going
you
to
got it
experience
now. Now you got
changes.
it. Yes, yes. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Now you will see the dynamism and you will see the compassion and the right direction for everything. So spontaneous it is.
Mm-hmm.
उनको कुछ चाय पानी नहीं
Tia, wo ठंडी हो गई. She
give
started
her
the
any tea or
interview.
anything. Give her some
Give her-
chocolates
she
from
hardly had
England.
it.
Give her some nice chocolates from England.
Fresh cup of tea for her.
Huh? You never thought of it.
Then she left her tea actually because you came out of a
Thank
bath.
you.
So
He's not from England.
she
ये क्या है खरगोश?
the chocolates.
It's chocolate and toffee inside, man.
In what shape?
Chocolate, toffee, and some nuts.
They just
Turtles,
haven't shared.
maybe, yeah.
Interesting.
And I'll give you a paper I wrote for the newspaper on nuclear power.
Oh.
Is this also Ryerson paper?
The
or are
Globe
you-
and Mail.
Oh, the Globe and Mail.
Part of the problem. Question is correct. You said that in saving the world from environmental disaster, are reactors the answer or part of the problem?
Part of the problem.
Of course.
People keep saying they're non-polluting, but if you look, there was an article in the paper, and this was my reaction to it. And I asked the Spirit to guide me and to get this published, and it worked.
It's very elusive. You see, the whole thing is they put us into illusions one after another. It's very elusive. First thing is, you see, if you think of the benevolence, then you don't get to this kind of thing. Selfishness, complete selfishness, self-centeredness. There's no wider vision at all.
There is no wider vision, and people are not allowed to have information. And I published this, and then there was a letter from the Atomic Energy Control Board saying that I had published a bunch of lies. And then Maclean's magazine had a 16-page color insert on all the benefits of nuclear energy and nuclear power.
That's what I'm saying. They make it so elusive.
They don't want people to know, because if enough people know, and that's why I wrote it, increase the consciousness, then they won't permit it.
They think this is power. But it's very destructive. Very destructive. They have to get to it. Unless or until they get to the destructiveness of that power, they are not going to realize. So they have to get to it.
Well, they have. They had Chernobyl.
Yeah, but still, that's in Russia, so far here. See,
And we had 3 Mile Island. And we had the nuclear bombs in Hiroshima, the atomic bomb. in
that is their
Nagasaki.
power. They are not ashamed of it. They are not ashamed of Hiroshima.
And it's very expensive. We keep saying it's cheap, but it's very expensive.
Of course. Of course it is very expensive. Leave alone expensive, in the long run it is so destructive that it is very expensive in any case. In any case. I don't know what is the new utility they have found. They were saying that it can be used instead of gas, it can be used instead of any other power. But so far they haven't even got ships which are running with this. I mean, there are certain ships by the military people now, but the other ships they never don't use atomic energy. They are using fuel and other things.
Yes, and we have a few nuclear reactors lying on the bottom of the ocean from some of those ships.
God knows what all they are doing. Also, that's another thing, they are very secretive. Your country is not, but Switzerland is very secretive. God knows what they have.
And they keep testing nuclear bombs in the South Pacific and in Nevada.
Yes, that they do.
I think I'm going to start working with a woman called Rosalie Bertel. She's an epidemiologist. She's a nun, and she's going around the world gathering evidence and raising consciousness about, well, she runs an organization called the International Institute of Concern for Public Health, so toxins, but particularly radiation.
But they should see the pictures of these Hiroshima bomb victims of that. The radiation means what? I mean, you can't see it. Just can't see it. You'll faint. I've been to Japan. I've seen it. You can't see it. My daughters wouldn't come in. I went in with great courage. I just was feeling giddy. Couldn't bear it. I haven't seen such things.
You went to the memorial museum.
I don't think anybody who's sensitive can come through it without feeling giddy. I mean, you just can't believe it. Even today, when I think of it, I was closing my eyes all the time.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Can I keep it?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. I'll show
Like to
this to
have
my
some
husband.
lunch? Can you have lunch?
No, thanks. I've had lunch. I'm going to have to get to the station soon and start
I
putting
didn't realize
together.
it's 3:45.
Oh, that's good. I have time. I'll go and put together
no,
my
no hurry.
script.
It's just I thought didn't seem that late. It
Yeah,
seemed like
time is
अंदर
flying.
खाना खा लेंगे.
Hanji. Because she hadn't eaten, so I was just wondering if
No, I had some
Invite
lunch
you to-
before.
You had it.
Hmm.
रख लो सामान.
I'll see if I can find another paper someone gave me yesterday about Colombia, since you're going there. I wonder if it's here.
Colombia is transformed into a very rich country. I'm going to Colombia.
Or you
From
can even write
cocaine.
But there are lots of seekers now. Lots.
Oh, yes.
I'm doing my bit. I'm giving them realization, so now they won't take me. Beware violence. Thank you very much. They are great seekers in Colombia. They had never seen me, they had never known about me, just my photograph. And such a crowd, at least there must be about 5,000-6,000. And I couldn't enter inside the compound, so they had to push me. If the seeking is there and if they find the truth, this will stop. Well, I can't say about New York.
No seekers? No.
Hopeless place. Hopeless.
I used to like it and want to go there, and now I'm so happy not to be near it.
No, they are going to arrangement program now in UN, they were saying, so I don't know. I don't think it's going to exist any longer, this New York.
What's going to happen?
I don't know.
I've been saying that for a long time. It's going supernova, but it hasn't
No,
exploded.
no, it's become very, I mean, now you see it looks so dirty, it's become so, and so many poor people there, you know, that's nothing compared to what it was about, say, 50 years back. Just going down.
My father was there. Well, he's 88, he'll be 89 in a few months. And he was there when he was a young man, when you could still swim in the Hudson River. It was a different place
Now
then.
you can't go near Hudson River, it smells. And all the bridges are falling down now, it's not maintained or anything, such corruption. That's what I said, you see. It goes to the extremes that what looks affluent after some time collapses.
Yes.
New York will show that.
Soon, I guess.
Sooner the better.
Yeah. Have you spent much time there?
Yes, I have, I see. It's a UN headquarters and also otherwise. But it's so horrible that when you go to the hotel, they tell you that you don't stop the car here, take it to the parking. Otherwise, you stop it here and take out your things, they will disappear. One gentleman met me the other day, one architect, he came from India, he's a very well-known architect, he brought all his papers, everything, he was about to publish a book. And he said, I got down from the taxi, the taxi stopped, and I got down from the taxi just to pay him and to take out my things, and the taxi just vanished. And when he went to the police, they said, oh, it's very common, this and that, and you should have noted down the number of the taxi. And so was that a gypsy taxi? He said, I don't know what is a gypsy taxi is, I'm coming from India. So this is the situation. It's all, he showed me all the newspaper and everything, poor man, completely robbed.
I don't understand it.
He just got down to pay the taxi. I mean, then you take out, isn't it? As soon as he got down, taxi vanished. And he, like mad, was running after the taxi.
I hope you got the license number.
Nothing. He just disappeared.
Yeah. I could never feel comfortable with anything stolen.
Stolen, everything is there.
But if I possessed things I stole, I wouldn't be happy.
If you could put down the follow-up address, she'll announce it on the radio. Where people who hear the program and are interested can come. This is one of your articles, she
Long time
she
back.
can.
But it's very small info. This is a lecture I had given in a medical institute
Follow-up literature, is it there?
for the medical field.
Because she has to put it on the air, the address or phone number where people will.
We have now 3 doctors who have done their MD with a thesis on